What's up, football fans? Before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our NFL coverage. Today, we're diving into one of the wildest coaching stories of the week. So, Chicago Bears head coach Ben Johnson just did something pretty unexpected. He publicly backed Mike Tomlin's controversial defense of Jalen Ramsey after what's now being called Spitgate. And honestly, what Tomlin said about the whole situation, it's got the entire NFL world talking. We're breaking down the full timeline, the ejection, the suspension, and why two head coaches are now drawing a line in the sand about respect in this league. Let's get into it. All right, let's rewind to last weekend. Steelers versus Bengals, Week 11. Two AFC North rivals going head-to-head, and things got heated fast. During the game, cornerback Jalen Ramsey and Bengals star receiver Jamar Chase got into it. And I'm not talking about your typical chippy play. This got ugly. Ramsey grabbed Chase's face mask and then threw a punch. He got ejected on the spot. Game over for him that day. But here's where it gets interesting. After the game, Ramsey claimed that Chase spit on him, and that's what triggered his reaction. Now, spitting? That's a whole different level of disrespect. That's not football. That's personal. The NFL reviewed the footage, and guess what? They agreed with Ramsey. The league determined that Chase did spit, and they handed him a suspension. So even though Ramsey got tossed from the game, Chase ended up with the harsher punishment when it was all said and done. Fast forward to Tuesday. Reporters are asking Mike Tomlin about the incident, and at first he's pretty measured about it. He acknowledged he talked to Ramsey during the game and called it an unfortunate incident. He said spitting has nothing to do with football and that the NFL office made their judgment. Pretty standard coach speak, right? But then reporters pushed him. They wanted to know what his message to Ramsey was after everything went down. And Tomlin, he didn't hold back. He said, and I quote, "I have no message if someone spits in your face. Do what comes natural." Let that sink in for a second. A head coach in the National Football League just told the media that if someone disrespects you like that, you handle it however you need to. That's not your typical corporate NFL response. That's real talk. And it sent shockwaves through the league. Now we jump to Friday. The Bears are preparing to host the Steelers on Sunday, and first-year head coach Ben Johnson is holding his weekly press conference. And out of nowhere, he brings up Tomlin and this entire situation. Johnson starts by praising Tomlin's incredible track record. And let's be real, Tomlin's resume speaks for itself. The man has never had a losing season as a head coach. Think about how rare that is in today's NFL. He's been coaching since 2007, and he just keeps winning. Year after year. That's legendary stuff. But then Johnson takes it further. He specifically addresses Tomlin's comments about the Ramsey incident, and he doesn't just acknowledge them. He backs them. Fully. Johnson said, "His reaction to it, he's 100% right as far as I'm concerned." He went on to say that Tomlin hit the nail on the head when discussing what happened. This is huge, folks. A first-year head coach publicly supporting another coach's controversial stance. That doesn't happen by accident. Johnson could have easily dodged the question or given a generic answer. Instead, he chose to stand with Tomlin. So why is this such a big deal? Because it shows where the culture of coaching is heading. Johnson and Tomlin are both saying the same thing. There are lines you don't cross, and if someone crosses them, there are consequences. Spitting on another player isn't football. It's not a hard tackle. It's not trash talk. It's deliberate personal disrespect. And both coaches are making it clear that their players have the right to respond when boundaries like that get violated. This also tells us something about Ben Johnson's leadership philosophy. He's only in his first year as a head coach, but he's not afraid to take a stand on controversial topics. He's not playing it safe. He's establishing his identity, and part of that identity is backing his players and supporting coaches who hold their teams accountable. And let's talk about Tomlin for a second. This is vintage Tomlin. He's never been afraid to say what he thinks. He protects his players, he holds them to a standard, but he also has their backs when the situation calls for it. That's why players love playing for him. That's why he keeps winning. Here's what makes this story even more interesting. These two teams are about to face off on Sunday. Chicago is hosting Pittsburgh, and now there's this added layer of mutual respect between the head coaches. Johnson praising Tomlin's consistency and success? That's genuine respect. Johnson backing Tomlin's stance on the spitting incident? That's alignment on values. These coaches might be on opposite sidelines, but they're on the same page about what matters. And for the players watching this unfold, it sends a message. Both teams know their coaches will stand up for them. Both teams know there's a code, and if someone violates it, there will be consequences. That kind of leadership creates loyalty and toughness. Now, before we wrap this up, we've got to talk about the elephant in the room. The Steelers are heading to Chicago, hoping Aaron Rodgers will be on the field, but the quarterback is dealing with a broken wrist. Wait, what? Aaron Rodgers plays for the Jets, not the Bears or Steelers. This has to be an error in the reporting, but it adds another layer of confusion to an already wild week in the NFL. Regardless of what's happening with quarterbacks, the Steelers-Bears game just got a lot more interesting. You've got two coaches who respect each other, a controversial incident still fresh in everyone's minds, and a matchup that could define both teams' seasons moving forward. So where does this leave us? The NFL made their ruling. Chase got suspended. Ramsey got ejected, but his coach has his back. And now another head coach is publicly agreeing with how it was handled. This isn't going away anytime soon. Expect this to be a talking point all week. Expect analysts to debate whether coaches should be encouraging players to retaliate. Expect the league to possibly issue some kind of statement about maintaining sportsmanship. But here's the reality. Football is an emotional, physical, violent game. And when someone crosses the line from competition to disrespect, players are going to react. Coaches know this. The league knows this. And now, two head coaches are making it clear they're not going to punish their guys for standing up for themselves. All right, that's everything you need to know about Ben Johnson backing Mike Tomlin's defense of Jalen Ramsey. This story has it all: controversy, coach solidarity, and a massive game coming up on Sunday. What do you think? Are Johnson and Tomlin right to back Ramsey's response, or should players be expected to walk away no matter what? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more NFL coverage all season long. I'll catch you in the next one.